Hello everybody, hope you're all having a lovely, it is for posterity's sake, because I'm sure future historians will want to see what life was like in the year 2022. This is all we did, played poker all day, but it is July the 6th, 2022, Wednesday, and we're very happy, and we're here to play some $500 spins. And let's see how well we do, huh? We'll see how well we do. Hope you've all had a lovely, fun week so far. Thank you to anybody joining us either on a replay or with your company, blessing us. We're going to play some, ultras and see how we do. As a normal, traditional thing. Good luck to Slayer. Good luck to Matafuego. We're going to jam the Queen Jack. Let's hope to get called by Jack 10 suited. Jack 10 of spades. Okay, we'll take the fold as well. That's also fine. Hola, querido, hola. ¿Cómo estás? Yo soy muy bien, muchas gracias. If anyone is watching thinking, God, doesn't Tom's voice sound all silky and smooth compared to the normal nasally kind of twang that I was used to? I have, ladies and gentlemen, finally had my sinus stents removed. They came out, so now we've got a lovely cleaner airwave. Not perfect yet, still going to be another week or so, hopefully. Normally goes purple, don't know why it's not purple, but 2.5k. Happy days. Going to start with a check here. Wouldn't want ISO and get shoved on. Flops quite well. I'm typically a bit more polarized than some others in these big blind spots. Interesting flop, whether we want to go for a bet or not. Sure, let's go for one. I think we can get some value. Agroon says, the boy, the myth, the legend, Tomo is finally live. Love you, bro. Get that milli, mate. Thank you very much, Agroons. It's not much to ask, is it? Multiple millis for 641 members. That's what we're hoping for. I'm going to check this one back. Don't love that turn. Pretty tough to get value from multiple streets, value from worse. Yeah, now we just check and hope that we win against a weaker queen or a 9x. Definitely lots of hands that beat us. But we win against a 9x, so that's good. Ice Cream with Salt, thank you very much for the follow. Can confirm not our 5,000 follower, but getting there. So thank you very much. And hope you're having some nice dessert. That is, yeah. Licky Storia. Tomo, how you can play high stakes spins? It's so hard. Good luck today. Muchas gracias, amigo. Sí, es muy difícil, pero mucho tiempo con el juego. 7 años later. 7 years of playing poker, spins, and 11 years of playing poker professionally, you kind of forget about the numbers, right? So it also helps. Staking also helps as well. So thanks to 651, I'm much less stressed. If this was my, specifically all the swings, I would find it very stressful and probably wouldn't play as well. So it's nice to be able to play with a staking school that also support you as well, of course. So those help, Licky Storia. It is definitely achievable for everybody. It's a lot harder if you do it on your own, and I think a lot more inefficient and a lot less fun, I would say. But it is possible, and maybe. I'm not sure the high stakes are, but the 100s definitely are. The 250 plus is just like, whatever. It's a bit of a... It's good for Twitch, isn't it? You know? So, I think we're going to go for a bet here. And he says, it's the boy Tomo. The boy Tomo, not the boy Nick, unfortunately. Be a much better stream if it was the boy Nick, huh? Yeah. Typically heads up guys struggle a little bit 300, but it's not too much of a difference. You just have to learn a bit more of the uniqueness of the spot. And then 6-match players tend to actually cope quite well with the 3-handed aspect, but maybe struggle a bit more with the heads up just in terms of experience. But it's all learnable skills to adjust to, so yeah. Red Arxos says second milli today. We're going to aim for it, Arxos. We're going to aim for it. In theory, just as likely. So that'll be nice. Red John says, do you play reg speeds more than ultras on your regular sessions, or are you oriented on ultras now. To be honest, I'm probably more oriented on ultras, especially since, for a couple of reasons. Firstly, well, 3 reasons I'd say. So firstly, I do still enjoy them a lot. I really like reg speeds as well, but I actually have done a ton of study on ultra specifically, and the stack depths and stuff. So I'm quite sharp, I would say, in a lot of the spots. Whereas reg speeds, I actually am a little bit, let's say, I'm a little bit more. I'm a little bit slower at 20 big blinds plus and stuff. Like I'm a little bit more rusty with the ranges and what we need to stack off thresholds, things like that, you know. So the second reason is that the leaderboards with Party, when they merge, are you're much more incentivized to play ultras, just in terms of achieving the rake back. You can obviously do it playing reg speeds as well, but playing ultras is just the way to go in terms of the hours that you put in. And because I do lots of coaching most days, I don't have the ability to play 8 hours in a day or 6 hours in a day realistically, because you know I do 3 hours, 4 hours coaching or whatever, and then I'm normally absolutely shad. Should we go for a super delay, or we can go for a min and barrel? Those are options. I'm just going to bet 1.5 and then decide. If we get a call, we have some 10x with some jack x. So for example, we can still fold out hand at ace 10. An ace comes, which is awkward. Now we do have a straight blocker, king 10. We do have a flush blocker. Those are good. I do think we want to bet here and mainly target a jack. I'm going to go 3/4, rep that we have a 9. There's still some auto folds from like a 10x, for example. We get a pretty quick fold, so I guess it's like that jack x or 10x. Wouldn't always turn out into a bluff, but I think with the spade blocker is pretty good for us. And actually the ace is kind of like, has bad, but also I think not the end of the world. Ace 10 obviously calls us, but it probably more realistically negatively impacts parts of the range than positively impacts part of the range. Although it's perceived to possibly impact more of the range, and so it's probably quite a good bluffing spot, I would guess. But I made a lot of assumptions there, and a lot of those could be wrong. It's always the way. You make an assumption, and you're like, yeah, I think this person might think that, and then they didn't think that, and you were, let's say, viewing the spot very differently than they might have been. Or they may have been more just, oh, I have to defend X part of my range oriented or whatever. 7, no. Anyway, that was a long ramble. Let me try and catch up. So, Agrun says, Metafoigal from 20s to 500s in a year. Can you show what your note says on him? No, sorry, I can't show the notes because I play with these guys a lot, and if it's information, I don't want to. Also, I can't actually pull up the notes. So, like, I'm looking at my note right now. Oh, it's interesting stuff, ladies and gentlemen. But unfortunately, it's not that interesting, by the way. And the bulk of my notes are not on the party caption. These are more just like early notes, and they're probably not that relevant anymore. But yeah, I think Matt Fuego has come a long way in his spin career, if you want to call it that, and certainly plays very solid. Slayer too. I mean, Slayer I think is improving all the time. I'm not trying to. The last time I commented on, I want to be careful with what I say. Well, we crashed. The last time I commented, I noticed that he did a stream, and I really like him with Slayer streams. He's a really nice guy. We actually respect him a lot. But I said something worse to the effect of something along the lines of, he's probably making more money than me, but I'm probably have a slight focus edge because I'm playing fewer tables. Like I'm playing one table, right? And if you're playing 12 tables, there's just a focus edge there. And then someone went on his stream and was like, hey, Team 601 think you're shit, or something like that. And it was like, no, come on, you know. And he says, interesting, Slayer chose 8 big blinds effective button to open shove balancing ranges rather than min raise, as GTO suggests. Yeah, I mean, I would imagine it's just a slight simplification where, like, we're going to call the 9s. If it's not the end of the world to have a shove only strategy at 8 big blinds compared to a min raise. Like, the min raise is difficult because you have to be quite selective with the hands you use, and you have to do it at quite a low frequency with some of those hands. And because of that, it makes it quite a lot of complexity in that spot. And if you know that you can, if anyone has simple proof of Hold'em and wants to run an experiment, look at 9BB effective three-handed and solve a button for having min raise and solve a button for not having a min raise, and you'll see the EV is very marginal, the difference there. Hey, everyone loves a chop bot. And when the EV is very marginal, it's certainly something to. It's not a massive leak in your game. Like, how do we exploit that? I don't really know. If someone just shoves range there rather than min raising. I mean, if we see a min raise there, then okay, then it would be exploitable. But I don't think we do ever see a min raise at ABB as part of. I mean, I probably would similarly just shove range at ABB against regs because it's not true. But it wouldn't be the end of the world, I think. But good luck. I heard someone said something like there's an upsurge in chickenpox after COVID because no one caught it during COVID. Is that true? Is that something that could happen? I don't know. Thank you very much for the follow, Potato Fry. Thank you for the follow, Kisseridin. Thank you very much. And he says, 6-5 not a jam. And then a first-time viewer, Cash High Stick, says, what the fuck? Shove 6-5, 5BB deep. Was that me? Did I do that? Or did someone else do that? Because there are reasons to jam. So, how much to go? Okay. I'm unfortunately not going to... Sometimes I make proof of mistakes and it's just laziness. Or not laziness, it's just I get distracted and I shove a hand that is whatever. Some of my slight shoving mistakes are deliberate. But if it's a long way off, it was just maybe I thought I had 7-6 or something. That's possible. I apologise if that happens. King 4 off is not a jam. That's true. Yeah. Ice Cream Soul says it seems like a pure reg battle at your stakes. Yes, that is true. 97% regs. But my actually reg ratio is slightly better. When I ran my numbers, I had a slightly better than population reg ratio. It's one of the things when you play a load, like if you're playing 12 tables, you have 12 regs on your table, you play until someone quits, and then whatever, you get the one recreational an hour. If you're one table in, you're one table, and eventually someone quits, and then you could have the recreational for whatever. What are we doing here? We're going to bet. But it's marginal. I mean, you have to reg battle. If you want to play high stakes, you've got to learn to reg battle, and it's not. I'm not battling trying to make these guys quit or anything. It's just whatever. So we lose to some hands. 10-9. We block a little bit. It's still there. King Jack possibly. King 7 possibly. Both in their range. We beat lots of other hands. I will go for another bet again here. I would bluff here a lot. There still is not a cause. Let's say. Kings of clubs, King 4 of clubs, Queen 10, Jack 10, Jack 9, Queen 9, 7 10, and then also like still some flush draws there. 10x of clubs, for example. 9x of clubs feels pretty difficult to fold as well. So I think it's a reasonable bet. But I always like to think a little bit. It's like I think some people can get a bit too carried away with just turn top pair, let's go. And sometimes you want to actually pause and think, is it going to be worth it or not? Ace Wing against King Jack, pretty standard. Hopefully can hit ace or a queen non-club. That's exactly what we asked for. GG to Mr. 300 Chef. Thank you very much for the follow. Safari Girl 2020. Coming to see the wild animals at the high stakes. That doesn't make sense, does it? But, should I have jammed this? Possibly. Mr. Jingles in the house. Welcome, Mr. Jingles. What do you think of the new Diamond Club Master system, Tomo? I'm not 100% familiar in terms of I haven't run the master or anything, but I heard something like it's basically 40% smooth and then, and correct me if I'm wrong, it's like 5k, 10k, 20k. Is that right? So 5k at 50, 10k at 100, 20k at 200. Which, if so, I think seems solid enough to me. It's a little bit, but it's plannable at least for the guys, and so if you have for guys who are chasing Diamond Club, you can be like, well, I'm looking to get some more money pre-Christmas, for example, and be like, okay, I'm going to try and get the 5k by then or the 10k or whatever. I think was quite nice, and so from that aspect I quite like it, but I reserve the right to change my mind because I haven't really looked at it that much. I am restarting the Diamond Club challenge though, pretty soon. Isaac's back! Wow, I have missed this stream for a while. Hello Isaac. How are you doing, mate? And he says, easy marginal, easy strategy applied. I get it. Yeah, there's some really interesting. I almost am apprehensive about even talking about it, but there's some really interesting developments in shallow stakes heads up strategy and three-handed strategy that I think will kind of have fairly profound impacts on people's ranges. That we're doing a lot of work on recently in 601, and yeah, think could be pretty fun, but we'll see how it goes. We're going to shove the Queen 4 suited. Not quite king for off, but we'll take it. Commiserations on the holiday. I hope that's sorry about that, Galactic, and hopefully a speedy recovery for your daughter. Someone said it's like